Hello everyone! My topic for today is about the drug-like effect on screen time on the teenage brain. Teenagers today have never known a world without the internet, which may be why half of all adolescents say they're addicted to their digital devices. In her new documentary, Screenagers by Dr. Delaney Rostons explores why young people are so drawn to social media and video games and what effect it's having on their brains. What is a screen addiction? It is when screen use becomes so compulsive that it leads to impaired daily functioning in terms of productivity, social relationship, physical health, or emotional being. According to Catherine Lawrence, MD, screen addiction is a group of behaviors that are negative, some negative outcomes that can happen when we use too much technology during our day. There are some effects on screen addiction. Here, though many people may scoff at this notion that they are addicted to their screen, the risks associated with too much screen time are worth taking pause for parent or child, addicted or not. If iPods, smartphones, and screens seems like drug for teens because they have a lot in common with appears when it comes to their developing brain. Screen time, sugar, and reward all they want teens brains with dopamine, the same feel-good chemical release when people do cocaine or see that someone liked her Instagram post. Dopamine feedback loops are an area of increasingly intense concern as scientists grapple with the biological consequences and causes of digital actions. Is dopamine addictive in the purest sense of the term? Well, not exactly, because dopamine drives and reinforces habit without creating a biological need, but habits matter especially for teens. Scientists cannot say for sure that increased dopamine uptake during childhood increase the risk of subscribers' abuse in adulthood. However, psychologists are learning that dopamine from screen is impairing the impulse control, increasing the demand for instant gratification, and causing more teens to try and swipe real picture and punch books as if they're touch screens. Screen time was divided into 4 categories. They are: first, abstainers. It is reported no screen at all. Second, low users. It is got no more than 2 hours of screen time a day. Third, moderate users. It is got between 2 to 6 hours a day. Last, excessive users, were those who use screens for more than 6 hours each day. During the pre-teen and teen years, the brain goes through major transformations. This may be why tweens and teens are especially vulnerable to the impacts of screen time on brain function and emotional well-being. Here are the ways screen time affecting teenage brain and health. First, learning. One study found that kids and young adults who spend a lot of time on TV and video games were twice as likely to suffer from attention deficit disorder or ADD. ADD is a neurological disorder that causes a range of behavior problems such as difficulty attending to instructions, focusing on schoolwork, keeping up with assignments, following instructions, completing tasks, and social interaction. Second, self-confidence. More time watching videos or other content on digital devices means less time exploring and creating their own experiences, stories, or art. Third, social skills. Online experiences can build community and foster communication and creativity. But as Screenagers points out, tweens and teens might hide behind the screen to avoid tricky or awkward conversations, like approaching a crush or making new friends. Screenagers is a person in their teens or early 20s who has an aptitude for computers and spends much time on the internet. Fourth, emotions and personality. In 2010, researchers found that kids who lag more than 2 hours a day in the front of a computer or TV screens had a higher chances of psychological difficulties on standard questionnaire. Studies in young men show that playing violent video games is linked to more aggression and less sensitivity to others. Also, imaging studies have found out that internet addiction and game addiction can shrink the brain regions responsible for planning and executive functions, empathy, compassion, and impulse control. Fifth, addiction and reward seeking. A recent survey found out that 50% of teenagers admitted being addicted to their mobile devices. It is learned that brain's dopamine center is extra sensitive during the teenage years, making the rush of playing video games feel even more addictive. Last one is sleep. Similar to findings in adults, screen time can have damaging effects on sleep. A 2015 study reported that those who lock in 4 or more hours of screen time a day or outside of schoolwork and homework had about a 50% higher likelihood of lying awake for an hour or more before initially falling asleep. And according to recent study, lack of sleep in teens is linked to more risky behaviors like drinking and driving. That's all for my report. Have a good day!